I am Jonathan Cox.
And I'm Felicia Cox.
And we are Awakened Artwork. We're part of ABC, the Appalachian Beekeeping Collective. ABC is a nonprofit organization that trains, supports, and provides bees and equipment at no cost to partner beekeepers in economically distressed Appalachian communities. ABC helps their partners produce natural honey and income in the greenest way possible. Our bees gather pollen and nectar from nearby forests and fields as opposed to agriculture crops sprayed with pesticides. ABC's partners practice natural beekeeping using no synthetic chemicals or antibiotics, so our honey is as pure as it can be. Keeping bees for us means that there is accountability. Alright guys, check it out. This is our first inspection of our hives. We're going to go in and see how many dead outs we got, and we're going to top them off with sugar if they need it. If they don't, then we're just going to move on. We don't want to be in there too long, so let's pop them open. That's what I want to see. Look, sugar and bees doing good. These have been real active. I've seen these out every warm day that it gets. Let's go ahead and lock them back up. We're not going back in until another time. We're just checking to see if they have sugar and if they're alive and stirring about. So that's 1 for 1. This is Buckfast. This is a split that I did last year. I got queens, and we did we robbed some resources out of our stronger hives. Couple frames of brood, made new hives with them. So this is going to be a good hive coming out in the spring. Let's check this one. There's a bee. So let's see. Let's crack one box. Okay, good. We don't want to mess with them no more. They're pretty mad. It's cold. I'd be pretty mad if somebody ripped the roof off my house in the wintertime. Okay, let's make sure that's straight. Two for 2. They got sugar too. We don't need to move them. This one is questionable. I'm concerned about this one a little bit. It was the weakest hive last year. Not that it was weak, it just was having trouble getting started. We actually we tried to make a new nuke last year, and the queen died, and the workers, they just kept laying. We hit them in a nuke box. They was trying to lay. They started laying a lot of drone cones, so I didn't want to waste resources, so I shook them out. They were actually sitting on top of this, which was going to be a hive, and I had new Buckfast queen coming, and I took some frames of brood out of our Apis mellifera's, our European honeybees, and the bees that I had shaken out into the bee yard, they all come back to this box and was moved into it, and it wound up being a pretty good hive. So let's go in and check it out. It does concern me a little bit. I got some spiders in here. Let's clean them off. Look, we got bees feeding. I don't need to go any deeper. I see bees movement. That don't tell me that the queen is alive, but tells me that there's bees still going on in this hive. We'll do a queen. We'll look for her later. I don't want to put too much stress on by being in there. These are 3 Buckfast hives. They're all alive, so that's pretty exciting. That's 3 for 3. It's a little stuck. I'll check this one. Don't see any bees up top. Bottom board's in. We did what we could. Looks like it's on there straight. Let's just take a peek in the middle. Look good. They're clustered pretty good. They're mad. They didn't like that. Displaced a few of them. They're not too aggressive. They're just, they don't like it. They don't seem to be trying to sting me. It's 4 for 4. Got good sugar. We put sugar on all of them. We mountain camped them all. I myself am pretty optimistic about losing 0 hives. which would be a perfect, ideal situation. But if we've lost a few, that's fine. I'm not really too concerned because I've done whatever I could as far as winterizing them and giving them sugar if they needed it. This hive was our swarm hive, or best hive. At one point, this hive had over 140,000 bees because we had 2 fully packed double deep brood chambers. The reason that I double deep this year was so we could do splits. I can take a whole top box, double deep top box, I can take a whole one and make a whole new hive with it and put a medium on, and they can all go into honey production, or I can put deeps back on for the next year because we're going to split again. It made it easier for them to fill it out. We got more comb that way, and that lets us break it down. If we want to put a medium super on as the second hive body, we can, or we can put them straight into honey production with a queen excluder. So we've got plenty of resources too, because we took off a lot of boxes. That's not real important right now. Let's go down in, take a peek. I see bees. I hear bees. Maybe they're in this top.
Maybe they're roaming.
Nope, look here.
Wow.
There they are. They're in the top box, which means it could mean a couple things. This is a pretty strong hive. They're up there eating. So
is this the swarm hive?
What?
Is this the swarm hive?
Yeah,
or
this is the swarm hive. Let's make sure we keep the box straight. I don't want to let no air in. No chance of freezing. I guess Mr. Groundhog went back in his hole today. So that means we're going to be a little bit cold for a little while. See, this newspaper, it's wet. The sugars turn hard. Bees can't process this sugar without it being wet. They need water to turn it into resources that they can use. And the newspaper does help draw the moisture up away from the hive, out of the hive, into the newspaper and into the sugar as well. All right, that looks pretty straight. We'll come back in and do our, we'll come back in and do all of our other stuff. Okay, what was that? That's 5 good hives. We haven't ran into a dead one yet. I'm not too worried about knocking right now because it's pretty cold. And they're not really aggressive. It's cold. They're not going to try to mess with us too much. Let's go down a box. Try to. Ooh, yeah. That's a real strong one, boy. They've got a couple thousand bees right there. Around this time of year, your bee colony, look at all them bees on the ground. Fell out of the lid. Didn't even see them crawling in my shoes. We can't have that. I don't want to take no hits on the toes. I'll probably cry. Come on. Don't you die. Crawl back in your house. Yep. They should have enough time to crawl back in.
Still one on the couple on the other.
You see them?
Yeah. Still on your left foot.
I don't think they're trying to sting me. My shoe is throwing off some heat. It is a little bit warm. All right, what is that? Was that 6 for 6? No dead outs yet. Looks like we're doing fairly good. They all got sugar. I'm not concerned with these hives at all. These still had plenty of stores. They had barely even touched their sugar, if at all. Look, they're up here into the honey, into the sugar now. There's a bee. We're gonna pop it a little bit and see down inside. I want to see some cluster action just for a second. Yep, that's all I needed. That lets me feel like this colony is probably still good. They're probably all queen right. I feel like we did everything in our possible beekeeping experience that we have to do as good as we could possibly do. We had a good mite count when we did our mite flushes. We got honey last year as a first year. That's pretty amazing to me. We produced 75 pounds of honey out of our swarm hive, the one that we caught in April before we received our bees from ABC, and it produced us 75 pounds of honey. It's the only hive that we didn't feed sugar syrup, and overall really good experience. I can tell they've been up in here eating. All the newspaper is gone. This is just a cluster. I can imagine when I crack this first box and go down in and move it just a little, we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to see 8 for 8 when we get down here. I'm confident in that. It probably might not even be this high up, because it is pretty high. Yeah. Oh gosh, that one's full. It's still got plenty of sugar supply in there. Syrup or honey or. A couple of these feeding shims, they were a little bit too small. They was a little bit too small for the hole they were cut. I put them together. It's not why they're small, I didn't cut them, but we worked with what we got. There's 3 of my feeding shims. They're just a little bit too small to fit perfectly on the box, but yeah, I can center it and it does fit over the hole to where there's no air coming through. They just don't fit on there perfectly like snow. You just have to be careful. You have to watch your placement to make sure you're not using your lid to slide. You have to be real gentle when you're putting it down. That way it doesn't misalign, because it's very close. I don't even need to go any further in here. They're right in the top. They're feeding. They got pretty good store, but they're up there. So we're not even going to go any further. That is 9 for 9. And look, we got, let's see, 10. We got 4 hives left. I am confident if any of them is dead out. It might be a front row. Those are some of our, we rate our hives based on boxes, the way I rate my system. I tell if it's a 2-box strong or if it's 3-box strong. This one here is obviously 4-box strong. It's 2 double deep brood chamber honey super. Okay, I don't see any bees up top. Let's go ahead and crack the first box. Okay, I don't really see any bees in the second. We got our bottom board in. Bottom board's in. Let's go down another box. I'm not really. Okay, I see a bee, but I don't see anything in between the frames. That don't mean,
I hear them.
That don't mean we're gone. Let's go down one more.
I hear them.
There they are. They're good. We're not. Is that a yellow jacket? No, definitely not. Okay, let's put all their stuff back. They're still down in the bottom box. That doesn't mean anything. That just means that they got some heat and they got plenty of stores down there to not need to come up into the sugar. That's the case with most of them. We tried to leave them with as much supply as possible. That way they have a good year this year. So that's 10 for 10, guys. I'm confident. I don't know for sure. I just know that we've done the best job that we can do on our part. We've left them as much resources as we possibly could. We didn't take anything except from our swarm hive, which they was 7 boxes high, the swarm hive was. And I've taken over 50,000 bees worth of brood out to dedicate to weaker hives. Let me straighten it up just a little. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's 10 for 10, guys. Let's move down the last 3 like that. We did a little bit of maintenance out here a couple weeks ago. I kind of peeked into a couple hives, and I peeked into my weaker hive, and to be honest with you, ones that I was concerned with. I've been concerned with them all year. You probably do that as a first-year beekeeper. I think we've done amazing for first year. I'm happy with the results. Even if I didn't really do well at it, I would still be doing it. I fell in love with it. This year we're not using the oil traps. They didn't really catch much. It's just one of them things you kind of gotta learn on your own. Let's set that down there. We'll crack them. This one we're gonna have to crack one corner. It's like it's sticky. That's all we needed. And they're not happy about it. You see that? I wouldn't be happy either. Sorry, guys. All right, a couple died there. This one's not too happy. Go away. Go away. Thank you. I'm just trying to feed you guys. Come on. Come on, guys. I didn't kill Kenny. All right. That's 11 for 11. Come on, go home. Let me be out here. I don't need to go in there. Look, they're busting right there on the top. Busting. So we don't need to go any further on them. This is all we're trying to do is check for sugar today. We're checking for dead outs. We're good so far. They've been doing good. If you look down here, this is where they carry out their dead. You have bees called undertaker bees. For a certain period in their life, a few of the days of their life, maybe 7 days, might be less than that. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look back at my notes. But for a certain amount of days of life, a bee is what is called an undertaker bee. Their job is to guard the hive. One, it's all bees. All of them will guard the hive. They will sting you if they have to protect the hive. But their main focus in that point in their life is cleaning out dead bees. Make sure the hive stays sanitary. A little bit of information I picked up somewhere. I read a couple books. I've read a few books on the subject. A couple of bee biology books. We've taken some bee classes. I feel real good about all of them. I love them. Look at this one. See that? Doing good. See the butts up? They're not happy, so let's not make them too angry. And that's it, guys. That's 13 for 13. We haven't lost any hives yet. I'm excited about that. We're going to expand this bee yard this year. We're going to change over all of our stands to the cement blocks. This is pretty good wood, but I don't know how long it's going to last. I want to put them all on their own blocks because I'm just afraid. We didn't get all of these hives up to 7 boxes last year. This year, I don't necessarily want to get them 7 boxes high. We want to do splits as early as possible. That way our bees can get to it. I'm confident that we're going to have enough resources to split these doubles down to make double hive bodies. A lot of people don't run double hive bodies, but I had a vision when we were picking them up that I wanted to try it as a first year and see if I liked it. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. I'm not really sure yet if I'm going to run another deep back on there to build a brood chamber back up again. I could. We might try a couple of them, maybe half of them, to see how it does. We might just put them all straight into honey production. Put us a super on there. That way we can collect our honey from it. Get them to fill it up faster. But yeah, we want to expand this bee yard out into 20 hives. We got 13. We're not too far away. We want to try to get to 20 this year. It made me really excited. I think we're going to do great at it. If we can just keep our mite count under control. We did pretty successful last year for a whole collective team. But we want to expand the bee yard around this way. On up into this direction. This is the method I want to do to keep them off of the ground. These blocks work great. We don't have too many problems with bears so far. It's just year one. Not saying that we're not. We didn't have to use any sugar, so that was good today. They all had plenty of stores. And that's it. That's all I got for you. If he wants to add anything, we can let her add. She did great work videoing. So that's our...
Thank you for watching.
That's our first year video of the year for bees. Pretty exciting. So let's get it. Goodbye.